This story comes to us from Politico.com. A special agent for the Drug Enforcement Administration has become the first federal law enforcement officer charged in connection with the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol. Mark Ibrahim of Orange County, California, who joined the pro-Trump crowd outside the Capitol while armed with his DEA-issued pistol, faces felony charges of entering a restricted area with a weapon, possession of a firearm on Capitol grounds, and lying.
We have learned a special agent for the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Agency, is now facing criminal charges for his role on January 6th. This is a big one, E.
Yeah, we had heard of other law enforcement agencies or those representing them being down there, not the DEA until tonight, and the government says they have the photos to prove it. We reached out to the DEA for comment, but we have not heard back.
Ibrahim has insisted through his attorney that he did not go inside the Capitol building or engage in any violence. However, prosecutors allege that Ibrahim violated the law by crossing police lines, set up with barricades, and other markers that closed off access to most of the Capitol grounds on January 6, 2021. Ibrahim allegedly told investigators from the Justice Department's Office of Inspector General that he did not display his DE badge or firearm during the protest, but an affidavit supporting the charges against him says he posed for several photos in which he appeared to be deliberately showing his badge as well as the gun holstered on his hip.
In court documents unsealed this afternoon, the Department of Justice says Mark Ibrahim, a special agent with the Drug Enforcement Administration, can be seen in multiple pictures around the Capitol showing off his DEA badge and firearm as rioters storm the Capitol building behind him. He's facing 4 criminal counts, 3 of them felonies, including remaining in a restricted grounds with a deadly weapon, then lying about it when questioned by federal investigators, telling them in interviews, quote, "I had my creds, I had my firearm and my badge on me, but never exposed. Not that I know of."
Attorney Darren Ritchie told various news outlets in March Mr. Ibrahim was not part of, affiliated with, nor participatory in any trespass or violent acts and vehemently denounces them. The attorney also claimed that Ibrahim had aided authorities by making videos of some of what transpired at the Capitol that day. Yeah, I'm sure that's why he was making the videos. Hiley said Ibrahim told investigators he went to the events in Washington with a friend who'd been asked by the FBI to document the event. The friend denied that account and said the FBI was not giving him directions nor marching order, the Inspector General agent said. The friend also said Ibrahim attended the rally to promote a Liberty Tavern political podcast and cigar brand he was thinking of launching.
It appears Ibrahim had not been with the DEA long. The DOJ says he was a probationary employee who had already given notice of his intention to resign weeks before January 6th and was on personal leave from the DEA when he traveled to Washington from Triangle, Virginia, near Quantico. Prosecutors say Ibrahim, who had been participating in a WhatsApp group chat with at least 5 other law enforcement officers, posted photos of himself all around the Capitol, including next to one of the bicycle-style barricades that had been pulled apart by the crowd and one standing on the Peace Monument on the Capitol grounds, which is also a crime.
At one point during the afternoon, one of the officers wrote to Ibrahim, "You are carrying your duty weapon and your badge creds. I need to know this, Mark." During an interview with the Inspector General's office in March, Ibrahim acknowledged he had those items on his person, but denied flaunting them.
Now, coming up tonight at 11, her death at the hands of a Capitol Police officer January 6th was the bloodiest moment during a violent insurrection in the seat of American democracy. But Ashley Babbitt's name lives on, and some would argue it's being used in a way that is only further dividing our politics, our people, and our nation.
But what's important to highlight here is that the glorification of Ashley Babbitt and her death is not actually about her. It's about the narrative.
There was no need to shoot her. It's a simple situation where all it would take would any rookie police officer with a set of handcuffs could have taken her into custody.
Our WUSA 9 special assignment report, Capitol Riots, A Martyr is Born, airs tonight at 11 right here on WUSA 9.
So this is the first federal law enforcement officer that's been charged with alleged crimes on the January 6th Capitol grounds incident. And I love what he says when, he says, well, I didn't go into the Capitol building. Come on. I just, but if he crossed the police barricades, that's it. That already is obstruction. So you're not supposed to do that. But I also love what he said. His lawyer says, well, he made a video to try to aid the government on what was going on there. No, he did. That guy was making videos, dude. Come on. He wasn't trying to make those videos to aid anybody. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm not God and I'm not psychic, but I do have common sense. Yeah. But the last thing I'm going to address is I love what his friend, he says, I went to the FBI. I went with a friend from the FBI because the FBI had asked him to document this, and when they asked the friend, he goes, "No, the FBI didn't tell me to do anything." The guy was there to promote a cigar brand in some podcast. His friend just rolls over. No. Some friend, he got you back. You're way back. What do you all think? Let me know in the comment section below how you feel about this DEA agent. And remember, there are more Capitol stories coming because there's more charges coming.